Ah, yes, Toy Story 2. I'm going to admit I'm a little nervous about reviewing this game.
I think with all my video game experience, I'd be feeling more prepared.
For one thing, it's always been a very popular game. A lot of people my age grew up with it, and I have some very fond memories of it. What's more, one of my favorite YouTube reviewers, Contradictory, has already uploaded a review of this game this year. I purposely have not watched it yet, as I don't want to be inadvertently influenced by any of his views, but I am continuing with this review since it's been requested, so here's my take. Is it light years ahead of your average movie tie-in? Well, not exactly, but it is extremely enjoyable. The game loosely follows the plot of the Disney Pixar movie Toy Story 2.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
And when I say loosely, I mean very, very loosely. You begin at Andy's house, for some reason, despite the fact you've literally just seen Woody get taken by a fat man in a car.
Well, it seems logical to hunt about for clues, you know, a bit like in the movie, so maybe our friends can help us.
Can you find my sheep?
What? No, we're looking for Woody.
What? A race?
I thought we were looking for Woody, guys.
So here's the deal. You help me find my missing parts, and we're in business.
What part of we need to find Woody don't you understand?
Okay, so it turns out this game, despite bearing many similarities to the previous year's A Bug's Life, isn't as straightforward as its predecessor. You don't just run to the end of the level, you need to find a total of 5 Pizza Planet tokens in each level. Each token is awarded following the completion of a particular task, namely finding coins for ham, finding 5 items for a particular character, defeating the level's mini-boss, and winning a race or time trial. The remaining token in each level is a mystery token, which requires a little more thought to locate. Or it would if Rex didn't actually tell you its location.
I know how to get the next token, Buzz.
Yes, if you ever get stuck, Rex is always there to offer a helping hand. Tiny as his hands may be, they hold the key to finding all the tokens. No, seriously, he genuinely just openly tells you how to get them.
Over here. Buzz.
Ooh, sounds panicked. Better see what he wants, Buzz. Sounds like it could be urgent.
Listen to this.
Ham is sitting on the sofa in the living room. That's nice.
You called me all the way over here just to tell me that?
While this token collecting certainly makes the game more durable and interesting, it does mean that it lacks a sense of urgency, and it can feel repetitive. Woody's toy napping takes something of a back seat while you fight a never-before-seen tin robot in the attic. Who are you? And locate 50 coins for Ham because he's too idle to do it himself.
Seriously, Ham, I think this could have waited. 50 coins. Why does that sound familiar to me?
Oh yes, A Bug's Life, of course. Except it was 50 pieces of grain and not coins, obviously. Heck, even the font is the same. How lazy can you get? The time trials are initially presented as races against RC, while later Slinky Dog presents you with some time challenges, including retrieving some wrenches, retrieving his bones, which is essentially exactly the same task, and having you run through a labyrinth of slime without touching it or jumping. I don't know what kind of pleasure you get out of torturing me like this, Slinky.
Sadistic sausage, you.
There are a number of other races involving a zipline race against some kind of spaceshipy thing who challenges you for fuck knows what reason, and a race to retrieve Bullseye's 5 horseshoes. Just let that sink in for a second, knowing that horses, of course, have 4 legs.
Just in case you needed reminding.
Finding 5 items for a character obviously doesn't require much explanation, but it is nice that they included a wide range of characters from the movie that require your assistance, as well as other characters who have absolutely no relevance or connection to the movie whatsoever. Somebody please tell me why I'm helping this mother-ducking rubber mother duck find a rubber duck ducklings. That was a mouthful. And don't get me started on these mice in elevator hop. This one is a bastard to get because of the low ceiling. Come on. Gah! Got it! Oh, get up your tit. Other examples include Al's Spaceland, in which you need to locate 5 green aliens and return them to the mothership. And in Al's Penthouse, you help Jessie locate the disturbingly crossbred looking critters from Woody's Roundup.
Over here, Buzz.
Excuse me?
Over here, Buzz.
I think you may have lost your voice.
Over here, Buzz.
I think all that yodeling has been a bit of a strain on the old vocals there, Jesse.
Need some coins here, bud. Fuzzy boy.
To be honest, it's pretty impressive they managed to get most of the cast to reprise their roles for the game, although it should be noted that there isn't actually much dialogue. Believe it or not, Rex here is voiced by, LeChuck. And despite the fact that Tim Allen is credited as having voiced Buzz, the fact is his speech consists entirely of quotes extracted from the movies. It is also quite amusing hearing him say this.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.
When it's swiftly followed by this.
Never were the best mediator, were you, Buzz?
Otherwise, his grunts and hit noises are clearly performed by somebody else. It doesn't even sound like Buzz. And don't get me started on the death noise.
What the bloody hell was that? Bit melodramatic, wasn't it? That was hammier than ham!
Way to go, Buzz!
Buzz's face never changes either. I understand that's justified as it's only a PS1 game, but it looks permanently constipated. Anyway, once you've found a Pizza Planet token, you then have the option to either continue the level to find the rest, or quit. If you do quit, Buzz then flies away.
And beyond!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on! You can fly? You didn't think to tell me this? It would have made getting to the top of this bloody thing a hell of a lot easier.
So if I can fly and fire a real laser, does this mean I'm a toy or not? I think I'm having an existential crisis here.
Am I toy? Or am I not toy?
Throughout the game, you'll occasionally need to find Mr. Potato Head's missing parts.
I honestly don't understand why your friends bothered to accompany you on this trip when you spend most of the time recovering their lost items. Woody's probably been shipped off to Japan now, guys. Thanks a bloody lot!
Next time, find your own ear, prick. Anyway, once you do find his parts, he rewards you with a special item, ranging from a grappling hook to hover boots, and a special temporary shield which helps to protect you from all the mysterious sludge in the basement. Why there is sludge in the basement at all, I really don't know.
I'm not sure what Andy and his family have been getting up to down there, but it doesn't seem like hygiene, health and safety are very high on their agenda.
Level 2 steps things up a gear in a sense of the level's magnitude and difficulty. It involves having to climb a big fuck-off tree dripping with slime for some reason, and eventually you meet a Zerg kite you have to blow up for a token. Let's not forget the task in hand, eh?
I don't think Woody's up here, guys! We already know who's taken by this fat chicken man. Fat men generally don't live in trees.
Maybe Rex can give us a hint. Apparently to race RC in this level, you need the rocket boots from Mr. Potato Head later in the game.
Lies!
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky, but you can pull it off without them, believe it or not. It's admittedly easier with the rocket boots, but it is possible without. So yeah, up yours, Rex. Don't be telling me what I can and can't do. And another thing, personal boundaries don't seem to mean anything to you, do they?
Get out of my face. No, really. Literally, get out of my face. You are in my face. It is actually quite disturbing.
Playing this game, you may notice that every third level is a boss.
Now, what does that remind me of?
The major difference, though, is that while this system worked in A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2 features so few antagonists, the majority of them are entirely fabricated. Like, I don't know who you are, Mr. Plane, but apparently I need to kill you.
Because the game told me to.
It's the same as the regular enemies. Who are they? God knows. But hey, we might not know who the hell 90% of them are and why they want to kill you, but at least the majority of them actually do something to harm you, which is more than can be said for this thing. Alright, mate? As I mentioned earlier, every single level contains a mini-boss, which upon defeat rewards you with a Pizza Planet token. As with the main bosses, some of the mini-bosses are indeed derived from the movie, including Stinky Pete the Prospector, and the other Buzz Lightyear, who for some reason has been plonked in a little buggy, which somehow makes him look a lot less threatening.
I think you're in the wrong game, buddy.
Then again, there are other mini-bosses that come right the hell out of nowhere with no explanation, including this demonic jackhammer boss from hell! A really slow blue dinosaur plodding about in, yes, more slime. Oh, look at him! We might want to be friends. Come here, little guy. I can help you. Come on. You bastard! You ungrateful bastard! And of course, there had to be one mini-boss that had to represent, ready for this? A giant spider.
Play the clip.
Giant spider alert!
Yep, the spider gun boss at the top of the shaft and elevator hop sees the return of our old friend, the no-context giant spider. The easiest boss, level 3, Bombs Away. Bombs Away happens to be one of the easiest boss levels I've ever played. You can literally take him out in 3 charged laser shots. There's honestly nothing else to it, really. I have nothing else to say about this. Moving on. I can appreciate their decision to maintain the same format as the A Bug's Life game, but the unfamiliar bosses result in something of a detachment from the movie it's based on. Level 6 Slime Time, for example, sees you face to face with, yes, more slime.
And this time it's alive! For some reason.
The only thing that vaguely resembles this boss in the movie is a trash can full of disposed toys from Woody's Nightmare, and I'm not sure they're supposed to be related at all. The bosses that are recognizable adversaries, however, represent some of the highlights of the game.
It's Zerg!
Oh yeah, thanks for telling me. Yeah. I kind of already gathered that, you know, considering the title of the level and everything, and the movie clip. Yeah. Thanks, though.
Misleadingly, you can't use your laser to take out Zerg, even though the movie clip quite clearly shows him responding like this. No, instead you need to spin at him.
Got such a indigestion there, mate.
Vengeance shall be mine, Lightyear.
final boss, Prospector Showdown, is a pretty big disappointment. You simply have to face the last 3 mini-bosses you've already faced. The Gunslinger boss, the Prospector, and the Blacksmith. It's really quite underwhelming. I really don't understand why the 3 of them thought they could defeat you by doing exactly the same as they did before, but never mind. On the bright side, you get to see Woody in this level.
Oh, finally! I'd actually almost forgotten we were looking for him.
Unfortunately, he oddly looks more like one of those air dancers they use to advertise motor vehicles. That vacant expression disturbs me for some reason. You alright, mate? Anyway, despite the occasionally disappointing boss levels, when it comes to combat and general gameplay, this game beats A Bug's Life hands down. As Buzz, you can fire your laser, charge your laser for a powerful blast, replace it with a limited ultra cool and powerful green laser, spin enemies, perform a charged spin, foot stomp, zipline, and target enemies with this easy to use lock-on effect, reminiscent of Buzz's POV from the movies. I love attention to detail like this. It really captures the spirit of the movie, as do the many recognizable locations including Andy's house, Al's toy barn, and Al's penthouse.
There's some weird shit going on in there.
The scale of the levels gradually increases throughout. For example, level 4 construction yard sees you having to ascend some girders. When I was younger, I hated this level with a passion, mostly because for some reason I could never find enough tokens to progress, and the girders were very off-putting. Get hit by one of these red-hot rivets and you can be sent tumbling way back down to the base of the building. Eventually, when you reach the very top, you meet that demonic jackhammer boss from hell, but you can't defeat the demonic jackhammer boss from hell until you've retrieved Mr. Potato Head's eye and unlocked the disc launcher, which is supposedly more powerful than the green laser, although it doesn't quite add up as it takes more hits to defeat some other enemies. Go figure.
Anyway, we're done with this level. What's next? Ah!
Yes, the most annoying level, level 5, Alleys and Gullies. It took me a while to come to this conclusion. Construction Yard and Elevator Hop were very close runners up here. What all these levels have in common is that you need to ascend something big. In the case of Construction Yard, it's the girders. In Elevator Hop, it's the exceedingly high elevator shaft. And I might be of a dissenting opinion here, I'm not sure, but once you've obtained the grappling hook, Alleys and Gullies fast becomes the most irritating of them all. You need to make your way up to the rooftops and face the clown top boss in order to earn a Pizza Planet token. I have no idea how he made it up here without at least having posable limbs, but never mind. The issue I have with this is that it's so easy to mistime a jump or zipline and wind up plummeting to a not-so-grisly not death. Yeah, gravity doesn't seem to affect you at all, really, but it is a bit of a pain in the bum having to start from scratch when you've got so far. And those are the flattest melons I have ever seen.
That I'm not making some very un-PC misogynistic joke about that. Thank you. You sexist pigs out there.
Yeah, you're going somewhere, buddy. You look a bit lost. If you do manage to get all 50 tokens in the game, you're rewarded with another distorted and blurry movie clip. Fantastic.
This is what I always wanted.
Yeah, especially nowadays, this isn't a great reward. But hey, it's nice that you do get a reward. Don't you agree, Peter Pan? Hint fucking hint. I may be in the minority here, but I actually think A Bug's Life is the better game. There's some awesome moves you can perform with Buzz, and the controls are very smooth, including the camera control. But the plot is practically non-existent, and for me it actually feels less interesting. Woody's disappearance isn't mentioned throughout the game until you randomly see him gormlessly flailing his arms about at the end. It is a very good game, but it could be far better, and I don't really perceive it to be the classic masterpiece everyone seems to nostalgically make it out to be. Ultimately, it's a fun little game, but its short length and repetitive tasks won't exactly take you to infinity and beyond.
See what I did there?
So say goodbye. Now it's time to fly to infinity and beyond.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.